instead of having like TPMS, that's just like, oh, your tire's low. It actually like it can tell when the tire's low and then use the air compressor to fill it up as you're going, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't turn that part off, so it's just like shooting air out the center of the axle.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And then also, like, as the suspension was rising, those airbags in the back for that axle, they want to fill up, but when the chain finally catches, like, they can only fill up so much. But it's filling up, and all of a sudden that chain, like, just kind of, like, one of the hooks that it used just slipped right off, and then it was, like, hanging down still. I was like, fuck. What am I supposed to do? So I call a shop again, and the shop's like, fuck, okay, well, there should be like a valve here. I found that valve, I turned it off, finally air stopped shooting out of that. I was able to like drop the air out of that trailer, chain it back up to the best of like what I think would work, and we filled it back up. The chain didn't move, seemed like it was tight, it was off the ground, but I told the guy, I was like, man, I've never driven like this. Like he's like, I know everybody keeps saying that's like okay, but I don't want to drive all the way. That's 350 miles to Lincoln. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And he starts like getting all pissed off. I was like, dude, listen, stop. Like I don't want to just leave. Like I don't want to just leave the trailer here. I can drive. I'd be comfortable driving it to Kansas City where there's a Cisco depot. He's like, oh my gosh, man, are you serious? That would help so much. I was like, yeah, man, you don't need to don't freak out. He's like, I know. I'm sorry.
Relax.
Yeah. That took a lot of self-control, dude, because I really wanted to fucking... I was already on edge. I was ready to lose my shit, and he was, like, pushing it. But I could tell he was stressing out, too, and I was like, somebody here has to be the good,
I have to be
calm one.
Someone has to be the adult.
Yeah, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds rough. I'm sorry that happened.
Sorry we took up so much time for that shitty story.
Yeah, that's all right.
Had to relive that trauma. Thanks.
Yeah. It's all for the good of the podcast. It just started on the live stream, so a few people got to hear the tail end. Let's start the actual podcast here. Well, you're home and you're alive and you're safe now.
Unfortunately. Get it? Yeah, finally. Like I said, I've spent more time in the state of Missouri than I have at home over the last 7 days. So, arguably my least favorite state so far.
Missouri's your least favorite, more than Iowa?
Right now, yeah, for
oh
sure.
My
just because of how much time I've had to spend there. And then catch this though. If people think that my hatred for Kansas City is like some sort of meme, like haha, Vincent hates KC. No, I actually had an opportunity. They approached me. They said, "Hey Vince, we can either send you on a 2-day route to Kansas City, or a 3-day route to St. Louis." It's like 3-day route to St. Louis.
Don't ever offer to send me that shit.
I will
Kansas City.
I will not go there. I already have to drive through it to get to St. Louis. That's enough for me.
It's too long.
Yeah. So, this is not a meme. This is not a joke.
That was
Fuck
like
Kansas City.
That was like my our buddy the show Dustin. He was telling his fiance like he hates Iowa. And she's like, oh, and they were driving through Iowa, and she's like, it smells here. He's like, yeah, I wasn't joking.
Yeah,
like this place smells like shit all the time. That's just Iowa for you.
That is true. No, I think my least favorite state kind of switches back and forth, I think, between the two. Just because, like, I do like Sporting KC, and so.
That's Kansas.
It's true. That's Kansas. That's true. That's Overland Park, right?
Yep.
Yeah, which is Kansas.
No, it's a little east of Overland.
Oh, it's okay. I don't know.
Or west, sorry.
Yeah.
My directions are
It's
all off.
It's all.
But yeah, welcome back, Vince. I'm happy you're here. Happy Tim's gone. That was a nightmare being stuck with him. That's right. We just trashed you the whole time. And so I told Tim, I said, once you're gone, we're going to start trashing you too. So it's just the nature of the beast. There's nothing you can do about it. Tim is back in Nova Scotia with family who graduated.
Congrats.
In a class of 20 people.
Yeah, we've all done it. It's not hard. Sorry.
Well, Tim got upset last week when I said that. He's like, well, come on. He's like, I barely passed. I was like, shit, Tim, sorry, but. And then we dived into the conversation of, in small towns like that, they don't actually have proper educators. It's just the only person in the village who volunteers to deal with everybody else's kids.
They actually didn't even go to school.
They didn't even go to school.
Like,
they have no education.
Yeah.
in the form of education. So it's just an absolute disaster. But I'm glad you're back because I did want to talk to you because I've discovered this thing with sports cards, and I was curious if it translated to the Magic card field.
Okay.
Card breaking or box breaking. Is that a thing in Magic?
Like just opening a box of
So
the
what
booster packs?
Okay, so this. Sorry if you guys listened last week. I'm gonna recap this real quick. What you do is you pay. They buy like a box of football cards or baseball cards, whatever, and then they sell a spot to like 10 or 15 people. So you buy a spot for $25, and then you randomly get selected like a team, and any cards that get pulled out that are part of that team, you get that card.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So like there was a guy on last week's or 2 weeks ago on his break. He got a card that was like 2 out of 5. It was going for like $3,000 on eBay.
Oh wow, holy cow!
But I was just curious if they did that with Magic.
Not to like that extent. There is,
but they do unboxings and
that
kind of thing.
ton of like one of the biggest Magic the Gathering YouTuber, Tolarian Community College. He has,
which has been oddly enough mentioned multiple times on this
you
show.
recognize that name.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's not good.
He literally has like a series called the Booster Box Game because the whole idea of it is that when a new set comes out, he'll buy a booster box and then he tries to see if he can get enough money back to buy a new one. And then the game is like to see how many booster boxes you can buy before you don't make your money back. And the goal of that game though is because he's a big advocate. So it's like buy the cards that you need. Don't buy whole booster boxes unless you're going to like play with friends with those cards. And so that's the whole idea of the game because rarely does he actually make it to very many boxes. There has been a few where he went hard, but most of the time when you leave it up to that, you're gambling and you're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm. That's what this kind of is. So the reason I brought it up is because our Patreon Matt member, it's him and his buddy started this whole page where they do these card breakings.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I paid $25 and I got a bunch of cards or whatever. I don't think any of them are really worth much. So it's kind of
like all Titans players, right?
No, because you get randomly selected cards. So
I thought you were gonna get like lucky and
they were actually
we'll give you all the Titans players.
It was
and
baseball.
all of them were
baseball. So I didn't know who anybody was. I was just hoping that one of the cards that I got was shiny.
Does Tennessee have a baseball team?
They don't.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Just football. Huh?
Not tough. I think Atlanta Braves are probably the closest.
Probably
to Tennessee. But yeah, so I did this, and I was like, it's $25, whatever, cool. I'm probably not gonna get much money, my money's worth, but it was still fun watching them do the live breaking or whatever.
Yeah.
But they just released their football box.
Oh yeah.
But now it's $40, and I'm like, all right, guys, and it's only one box, so it's like one box less than the last one. It's like, all right, probably my last time, because $40 for me to get a handful of cards is
right.
Also,
how much do their like box of boosters cost?
I don't know. I was gonna ask him about it
because I was about to say like
I feel like I'm getting swindled.
Yeah,
but I'm enjoying the swindle. It's fun. The swindling is fun. It's like Vegas. Like I know when I'm gambling, when I'm playing at the card table, I know it is set up for me to lose. Mm-hmm. But it's just so fun. Here, have my money. I'm gonna have fun in the meantime.
It's crack another pack. I'm addicted to that cardboard crack.
What is that?
That's a whole song a guy made, like a rap song for like Magic the Gathering.
I'm gonna use that in the next
tap to attack. That's great.
That's awesome. So yeah, I'm in this world of sports memorabilia now. That's kind of like Magic. So we from you and I have something in common now, kind of, but not really.
I mean, I think we both
get excited.
Gambling is fun.
We both like to piss away our money, and we like to watch people as they steal it from us.
Right, exactly. Like, I don't even have to watch them steal from me. At least I just like give them the money and be like, I won't be seeing that again. So, but now I'm going to take my product back home and enjoy just cracking open pack, disappointment after disappointment. But that one time, because you'll usually get at least like one or two really good cards.
Just keep your fingers crossed for the Black Lotus.
You can't open those anymore. I mean, you can. There's a guy on YouTube that he's all about opening like classic classic Magic the Gathering like boxes or packs, and he even like he has white gloves and shit that he wears with it because
they did that with the sports card break. They put on the gloves. It was very sexual.
Very sexual, yeah. But the difference is there when he opens those packs. That's like thousands of dollars per pack.
Oh,
not even like a box of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's literally like that is hard.
It's so funny that there's that much value in little
Cardboard.
paper cardboard cards.
It's insane.
We're idiots.
Yeah. I've invested. Mine is an investment.
Yeah.
Mine is an investment.
We're deep into this.
Like I said, man, my 2017 Commander deck that I bought for $40, now $500 on eBay.
Okay.
I just made money. I'm making money.
Well, are you actually selling it on eBay, or are you just?
I haven't because it's very hard. I don't like selling stuff on eBay, but
this is worth so much. But
it's hard. It's hard. I have to ship it all myself. I have to.
What are they called? Wizards of the Coast.
Correct.
They have what you should do is you should invest in Wizards of the Coast stock.
It'd be Hasbro. Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's corporations are a fucking scam. Let me tell you. You never know who owns. You never know what is like where your money is actually going. I'm just saying it's basically money laundering, right? Because like I pay the game shop, which they paid Wizards of the Coast, which has to like owes Hasbro. You know, it's like that money is getting washed so much. How is this not laundering? Like how are we not? We're just washing money. Okay, there's
they are very wealthy people who take care of the intricacies of that. But I did have some exciting news I kind of wanted to share with you along those lines.
Oh, okay.
And this is a random thing I stumbled upon on Twitter. So there's a writer. I'm gonna butcher his name, so I apologize. It's Drew Karpyshyn, and he was like the lead writer for the first 2 Mass Effect games, and he's done some Star Wars novels and stuff like that. So I'm kind of a fan. But anyway, on Twitter, somebody asked him like, "Hey man, you working on any more, video game stories in the works?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm doing that over at this place called Archetype Entertainment." So I clicked on Archetype Entertainment, and they're
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, but they only have like 4,000 followers on Twitter. But their goal is to create the greatest story-driven role-playing games, and they're a proud division of Wizards of the Coast.
Okay, yeah, they sound familiar.
So yeah, they're working on video games.
Archetype.
Yeah. Sorry, I said archetype, but yeah, you're probably right. It's archetype. But I thought it was cool. Again, this is our worlds clashing together. A lead story writer of one of my favorite video game franchises is now working with your people over at Wizards of Coast.
Well,
Archetype division.
Yeah, so it's crazy that you say that too, because a favorite podcast of mine, which is now dead, rest in peace, Lorehammer 40K. They for their last episode. They brought on a author who wrote a lot of like Warhammer 40K books, and he's arguably the most popular one too. His name's Graham McNeil, and like he's written like 20 some novels and short stories in the 40K universe, and he actually helped kick off. Again, nobody's gonna know what this is, but help kick off what the Horus Heresy series, which is arguably like the biggest book series ever. I would argue.
40K.
I would say ever. I don't know
how many books.
I mean, there's over 60 books I think now.
Oh, okay.
70 books,
Wow.
all based on this like one kind of thing. So that might be the biggest book series ever.
Hey, look it up. Just use your computer that you have. We really missed you last week. We had nobody to research information. Tim and I were just spouting out misinformation. We had no idea what we were talking about. We had nothing to back us up. Like, Vince, look it up. And you weren't there.
There's probably some thing because they're technically not, even though they're all based in like the same like time, like setting. They're not all like in the same time or.
Hold on, is the Holy Bible considered a book series? There's a lot there.
It's not the longest.
Yeah, but the most books, if that's what we're going by. Or are we going by word count?
I don't know about word count either, but
what's your measurement? That's what I'm asking. What is your measurement for the largest book series? Is it word count or number of books? Not that it matters.
Right. Let's see here. I'm trying to see. I don't think this is going to tell me how many books are actually in the Horus Heresy. They're not even done. They're not even done with this series. So
it's a crazy series.
There's so many.
Crazy long.
I'm not going to count all these. Anyways. But so they brought him on for like an interview, this Graham McNeil guy. Very famous author for 40K people. And it turned out, he was talking about this, that Arcane, the show on Netflix.
Mhm.
You go watch Arcane if you haven't
If you
yet
haven't.
already. He technically doesn't have any credits on that one, but apparently he was in the rooms giving
In the
ideas
writer
and
room?
Yeah, giving ideas and stuff like that. Apparently he'll be more involved in the second season.
How does that work? If you're in a writer's room for a show, but you're not credited, like, are you still getting paid, or is this like
the way he
volunteer hours?
Yeah, the way he described it, that he wasn't like, he was only giving like little inputs, like nothing, like other people had the ideas and then he would just kind of be like, well, what if we took that and just
Yeah, but that's
tweaked
kind
it
of
a
that's
bit?
kind of like editing, so you
I
should
guess.
deserve a little bit of money.
I don't know. But he's going to be more involved in the second season, so excited to see that. But yeah, it was crazy to see how this guy that I kind of just recently found out about, huge into the Warhammer thing, which I just got into, is now part of League of Legends, which I was really into, and I really liked the story there. So it was kind of just fascinating to see how many. Yeah,
Worlds colliding
yeah, and I
in your favor.
yeah right. I mean, I don't do much League anymore, so.
Yeah, but there's a part of you of your past.
and I'll still, when season 2 of Arcane comes out, man, I'm fucking pumped. So
When's it supposed to be out?
God damn it, Ty. This is all you wanted me for. This is it.
I didn't actually miss you. I just
Yeah.
needed somebody to look things up so I didn't have to do it.
Arcane season 2 release date. Here we go. Early 2023.
Okay.
That's all I got. So
It's not too far.
Oh.
Did you see Starfield got delayed till 2023?
God damn
Yep.
it. Elder Scrolls is just,
It's never
happening. It's
gonna
never
happening.
happening.
Never happening.
It's never happening.
thought
We're fucked.
Did you not hear that?
No.
Oh,
When is the Bethesda showcase?
this summer?
It's
in
this
June.
okay,
It's
June,
June.
that's
So they're
right.
like, that's probably why they pushed it back. They're like, they didn't want everybody to show up. And like, why don't you have any gameplay available? So
About that.
yeah, they gave the run of the mill speech of, it's like we want this game to be the best possible thing, and it's like, dude, what is Xbox doing?
Right. I don't know.
Xbox has nothing. They had like Halo, and that got delayed. And
And it burned bright and then died so fast.
well, I think they're like diehard Halo fans are like mad because there's not a lot of content right now or something.
Mhm.
It's just crazy to me. And it's like Xbox. I was on the verge of buying an Xbox Series X. Like, I have the money in my wallet that I want to give you,
yeah.
and you're just saying, keep it, Tyler.
Keep it.
I don't
Save
wanna-
it for some more PS5
Yeah,
games.
yeah. Because by the time that our game that you've been highly anticipating finally comes out, well, by that point I'll have 4
Games on the
standalone
backlog.
PlayStation games that are all critically acclaimed. It's like, come on. So that was just absolutely heartbreaking because they've been working on Starfield for like 9 years or something. They said.
And just pushing off Elder Scrolls again and Fallout, like a good Fallout, and the next Fallout game too.
Oh, dude, we'll never see
Not in our
Fallout
lifetime.
again. Not in our lifetime. Not a
Nope.
chance. By the time Starfield comes out, if it doesn't get delayed again, they said the first half of 2023. Who knows what that even means? Who knows? So, if we're lucky, yeah, like your leaks, the leaks that you had a couple weeks ago about Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls, just
It
cross it
doesn't
off.
matter. Yeah.
That was what they were hoping for. They were hoping it for 2026.
Holy cow.
I'm. You know what? That's gonna be on my tombstone when I die. What's his name? Todd Phillips. Todd Howard.
Todd Howard, I think. Yeah.
It's just my gravestone is going to say Tyler from 1992 to whatever, a loving father, a loving spouse. Fuck you, Todd Howard. Give me Elder Scrolls 6. That's what my and somebody needs to take a picture and send it to him so he knows that his lackluster management and him not focusing on what I want caused me to die.
I'm surprised that like Microsoft isn't getting on him about this. Like, don't get me wrong. I am for the idea of like, let's make sure that this game is awesome, right? But like you said, 9 years, guys, 9 years. Like, hold on, I need to look up something else because I just can't.
I can't fathom.
Yeah, because you guys aren't a small. You're not an indie game company.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are a large company that can have multiple teams doing stuff at once. Okay. Like, why is there not? There just doesn't seem to be any sort of
Urgency.
yeah, at all, or like any like. There's no managers like going, okay, we got this deadline, we got to meet. Where are we at? And they're just like, oh fuck, we were.
Listen, the management team needs to work these game developers into hell. Like if you're working like, they need to be pushing 16-hour days for my entertainment.
Right, exactly. So let's see here. Yeah. So FromSoft, their last before Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3 came out in March of 2016, and
what came out in 2016?
Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3 came out in 2016.
Yeah.
Elden Ring came out 2022, which is a massive game. If I'm
it's
correct.
probably going to win Game of the Year.
But it's like, I mean, like the scale of the map.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Massive.
It's huge, and the thing is, like the map that you have, of just like, that's not even close. Like there's so many different little like sub areas outside of the map that you get to go to too. Like the game is huge, and there's so much content. And the guy, like, they're patching it, and they're releasing new stuff into it. They don't know when like the next DLC will be for it, but I imagine when it happens, like they're pretty secretive, so we won't know when it will be until like the week of or the month of. So,
and honestly, that's what they should just stop announcing stuff so far ahead.
That's what, and FromSoft, man, they do stuff very well, and they're actually like, even though they make like one of the biggest game series in history, they're actually a very small developer
team.
Yeah, they're a very small team of guys, and they crank shit out for the size of their team. And Bethesda's sitting over there fucking circle jerking or something. I don't know what's happening in that game studio.
So
figure it out.
Jason Schreier, he's I guess a video game reporter.
Yeah.
On Twitter, he said that he spoke to some folks on the Starfield team who were extremely worried about committing to the November 11th, 2022 date based on the progress they made so far. Next Cyberpunk was the term floated around.
Oh, so they're worried that it isn't going to be finished when they release it.
Pretty much.
What are you guys doing? What is it? This game, the scale of it, it literally better be the size of the goddamn Milky Way galaxy by the time you're done, because this is insane.
Like to scale.
Yeah, to scale.
I actually, if Starfield isn't one of the best video games ever, I'm going to be mad because it's like, you're wasting all this time.
We wasted
all this time when we could have Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls 6 followed by Fallout 5.
You could have both teams working on this game, and if Starfield doesn't hit, it's gonna be like wasting my time, literally wasting my life.
You guys don't get to make
the clock's ticking.
If it isn't Elder Scrolls or Fallout, you guys don't get to make any other games because you guys keep fucking up. So.
Doom's all right.
Doom's okay, but I'm just
saying. You
can
have some side projects like Doom and Wolf.
Nothing
Wolfenstein
big.
for Tim. Nothing else other than that. Don't try to come up with new IP, okay?
Yeah.
We love Fallout and we love Elder Scrolls. Just pump more of that into my blood.
Outer Worlds was pretty fun, too.
That wasn't them. That was Obsidian.
Oh, that's Obsidian. Who did Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they are working on Avowed.
Yeah,
which I'm really excited for, but that'll probably be delayed until 2030 or something.
And they're a smaller team, so yeah.
Don't tell me you're working on a game then.
Right. And the hype. There's a point where the hype train derails, and that's usually around year 5.
It's
guys.
The Starfield hype has derailed for me.
I
was really excited for this November release. I'm excited to play this game and get through it, and then because obviously I like the developer and the kind of game they play. And yes, I'm excited for Elder Scrolls, but I'm excited to play this game. But now that you've been telling me about this game since 2015, and I finally get a release date 7 years later, and then you delay it. Now the train is we're all dead.
Rails,
I keep saying death,
but
my hype is dead.
The month that it is supposed to release, you'll be right back on them rails.
I know.
You'll be right back on them because they'll finally have like some real trailers out.
I backtrack really, but once they give me the showcase in June, I'll probably be like,
exactly.
I'm so excited. I'm glad they waited. It's for the best of the game. And then something else will happen. I'll get pissed off again and start screaming into a microphone about it, and then.
We're very back and forth with our love for Bethesda.
We're very back and forth with our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of who we are.
It's true.
So yeah, sorry to drop that news on you.
It is what it is. Like I said, I'm
like the bearer of bad news for you when it comes to video games and whatnot.
No, it's fine. Like I said, it's one of those things where I have like the games that I like right now. Being that I spent so much time kind of in like the South during this time, the landscape really reminded me of Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go home and play that now because I want to be a cowboy.
Never played that game. Heard it's great.
Dude, it's amazing.
Heard it's great. I should play it.
You really should. It's one of the best stories that I've. It drags a little bit, but it is one of the best stories. One of the best, like, the main character develops so well. A lot of side characters develop so well.
You know, I'm excited to play it. It's just I'm backlogged right now. Because I'm on my 5th replay of Mass Effect.
Yeah, it's such a backlog of replaying games. You piece.
I'm on Mass Effect Andromeda now.
Oh yeah, and how many times have you played that?
I actually haven't played it since I beat it back in 2017.
So you're on replay number 2 is what you're waiting for.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, I'm working on it now.
Yeah.
After that, I'm going to have to go back and play the original trilogy
You
again.
don't need to do that. You need to turn.
It's so good. Why would I play anything else ever again the rest of my life? Why would I play Starfield? I just play Mass Effect again and again.
Because there's games that are better than Mass Effect out there.
All right, we won't go down this path. Did you see the new trailer for Avatar 2: The Way of Water?
I have not.
What have you been doing all week, Vince? Why are you work? Stop working.
Been on the road. I've been trucking. I'm a real trucker now.
You can't play on your phone while trucking on the interstate.
Fortunately not. Even though every other driver passing me, because I'm governed at 65, all of them are passing me just fucking jerking off, watching their porn on their phone. Just like, wish that was me. Have to jerk off pornless. Feels way worse.
It's so much harder.
Just pushing rope at this point, man. Bullshit.
Well, yeah, the Way of Water trailer is awesome. I do have some news for Dune.
Okay.
For the next Dune.
It's delayed. Oh.
Yeah. Don't do that to me. They have found an actor to play Emperor Shaddam IV in Dune Part 2.
They haven't released who it is, though?
They did. Do you want to take just a
hear.
wild guess?
A wild guess for So here's the thing. I don't know anything
That's
about the
we
Dune
haven't read
world,
Dune yet, so we don't. But we know. Spoiler alert for Dune Part 1 of the movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I will disown you.
You should have seen it. If you're listening to this podcast, you should have seen Dune already. If you have for some off chance, fast forward 30 seconds, pause this, go watch Dune, and come back. It's free on HBO Max if you pay the subscription.
We're on the clock now, Tyler. We got to get it going.
All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Emperor Shaddam, he's the one who pretty much set up Atreides and had them wiped off the map.
Right.
Do you want to take a guess on who this is? You'll never guess it, so I'm just going to say it. It was Christopher Walken.
What?
To play
What? Whoa. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either. I'm sure it'll be great. I mean, Christopher Walken's a professional, but it's just like he's so stereotypical.
He has that, he just has that, like, the Christopher Walken
voice
and
the syntax.
Yeah.
And
that'll be interesting. I'm curious.
Can you do a Walker impersonation? I feel like Tim could.
This is the best Christopher Walken I can do. So, I don't know.
This got a little Italian-ish, but...
Yeah. Well, I think he's Italian, isn't he?
I don't know.
Atreides.
Yeah, it's a very obscure... What they did with the first film, though, was amazing. I have complete trust that Christopher Walken's going to knock it out of the park.
Christopher Walken, he can... Like you said, he's a professional, and he's a good... I think he's a good actor, but he does have just, like, that kind of shtick to him, and so it'll be interesting to see. So...
Yeah, Dune 2. Come out now. I want Dune 2. I have to wait so long for anything that I enjoy. Like, are there any video games left this year coming out? There's like the Harry Potter one, and
I think God of War is
coming out. Yeah, okay, so yeah, they said God of War is coming. They haven't showed a single thing from God of War. I feel like there's no chance that doesn't get delayed. God of War is gonna get delayed. I assume Harry Potter will get delayed. I guess movies usually don't get delayed too much. They sometimes push it back a little bit for release dates, but that's usually early on in production. So
right. I mean, maybe they've been listening to your advice. They're not releasing anything until the game's ready. Ooh. I mean, this is literally what you were begging for earlier. So maybe that's true. They don't want to get any hype going until the game's ready to come out, and then like when it's they're like, okay, it's ready to go. We can start dropping shit or release it next month. Yeah, sort of thing. And maybe
so. God of War is doing that. I don't think it's likely though.
Literally every single article that I look up when I've looked up God of War Ragnarok is just God of War's inevitable delay. Yep. Every single one.
Everyone, because it's like everybody knows games.
I don't think that's the case. Like maybe I'm being optimistic.
It's supposed to come out October?
It literally just says
Q4.
scheduled
Fall?
or released in 2022. That's literally all it says.
That didn't happen. We're already almost halfway through 2022. It's not happening.
I mean, it could be. I mean, a lot of games like to come out closer to like the Thanksgiving time.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Starfield.
Right. Exactly. Rip. I don't know. Like I said, maybe this is me being a little too optimistic, but I really think that this could be a situation. Like you said, they're waiting for the game to be done, and then once it is, like they feel like they're at a place where all that's left is kind of polish a little some of the edges. They can be like, boom, trailer, gameplay review, or gameplay trailer, release date.
2
And
months away.
It's right there, and then we can get on the hype train.
Who's the studio who does God of War?
Is Santa Monica Studios.
Okay. Well, Santa Monica, let's hope you're listening
I hope so too.
and you're doing what I say to please me and nobody else.
Like I said, you just described what you want game developers to start doing, but then you just immediately go to like, well, it's not. It's delayed. It's
Well, if they're
delayed.
doing what I wanted, then
there's
obviously
no way it's not happening.
because I know what I want and I know that they can't give me what I want. So, have you followed any of the NFL schedule release stuff? It's getting pretty pathetic. They finally released the full schedule, but they're like, oh, they've leaked this game, and this primetime game got leaked, and they're like releasing like one at a time as if the NFL wasn't just like,
Yeah.
here, go say this, and it was starting to get out of hand. But the Broncos are going to Seattle week 1.
Yeah, I knew that.
Play against.
I thought they said that during the offseason.
I don't know.
They were ready for that.
Not week 1 though.
Oh,
Russell Wilson's coming home.
hopefully they leave him there. It's like, oh, you hit. Where's Russell? Oh, oops.
Do you
Guess we
think?
left him
Do
in
you think in
Seattle.
his post-game press conference, out of habit, he'll accidentally say "Go Hawks"?
Probably.
We're gonna speed through this real quick because I don't want this to turn into another shit on Russell Wilson episode.
I'm happy to turn that.
The Broncos,
this whole show into that.
the Broncos social media released this like video of Peyton Manning at the building, he's showing the new guy the ropes, and it was Russell Wilson, and his acting is just as cringy as the Mr. Unlimited video, and it's just. I couldn't finish it. I love Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning's
Right.
hilarious. I couldn't finish this video.
I'm surprised Peyton Manning even let him release it. He should have been just like, I can't work with this guy.
I can't work with this asshole.
He's an idiot.
Did you see the Broncos up for sale? Like, the going rate right now is $5 billion.
I got a lot of money saved up. Maybe I could buy him. I would turn things around so fast. Like, first things first, Russ Wilson, get the fuck out of Denver. I'm not even saying, like, you can't.
But I have a contract.
I'm saying you can't even fucking live here.
But I have a contract.
I just take it, just start ripping it up. Oh, do ya? It's like, it's on.
Yeah. Did you see the little clause at the bottom? Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be huge because the Broncos are a huge organization with a lot of popularity and a lot of success, outside the last 7 years.
Yeah.
But it's for the most part, historically, a very good franchise. It'll be interesting to see if like Jeff Bezos buy it or Elon Musk or something or some high profile person.
Why are you trying to ruin my life? Everything, dude.
Who
You're the reason why Russell Wilson came to the Broncos, okay?
I willed it into existence. I actually did will it into existence.
I know you did.
Okay, so what billionaire would you prefer to buy it?
Somebody I haven't heard of. Somebody who isn't in the news for all the shitty things they do.
Who's the guy? Richard Branson. He seems like a nice guy, right?
He's also good, just flying himself off into space instead of actually helping people. Like, no. Warren Buffett.
There's got to be a good.
Perfect.
Okay, he
Warren Buffett.
He seems like a nice billionaire.
Yeah, he is.
Write him a letter, Mr. Buffett.
Mr. Buffett, please. I'm begging you.
He wouldn't make that kind of investment.
No, he'd be like, that's way too. I feel like that's a pretty safe I don't know how you. I don't know how like especially these established game like team franchises collapse. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. There has to be just like those guys are fucking up somewhere like hard.
Dan Snyder.
Right. Being a piece of shit. Yeah. Okay. That explains it. Perfect.
We solved it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Vince, you should buy the Broncos, and
I mean, you wouldn't hear from me ever again.
Just leave your friends behind.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of work to do.
I'm a busy man. Sorry.
I would have so much work to do, and most of it would be just touching Peyton Manning. Just be like, oh my god.
You have a designated grope Peyton Manning hour every day.
And he can't sue me for sexual harassment because it isn't sexual.
And
It's a little sexual.
You can put it in contract. Though.
Right. We're going to put it in a contract, and I'll
You're
put
gonna sign it
on unrippable paper.
Laminated.
Yeah.
That's why people like us, we couldn't actually be NFL owners, because I would just do things like I would worry about the jersey and the uniform combinations, and our team's
I'd be too biased.
Our team's abysmal, and it's like I should probably do something about it. I'm like, well, I think if we change the shade on the socks, that would look
good,
really
feel
good. Yeah,
look good, feel good, play good, man.
But then again, there's like Shad Khan and Dan Snyder. I mean, they can't be doing they can't. I feel like me going in blind could probably at least do as good of a job. Like, at least I wouldn't be like sexually harassing my employees and stuff like right off the bat. So.
Right.
I mean, I might work my way up to that the more money I make. I don't know if that comes with the territory, but if I just become a predator,
Once you reach a certain amount of money.
Yeah. Once you reach that like billionaire threshold, it's just like, well, I can do anything I want to anybody I want.
Multi-millionaire, yeah. Then you're like tens of millions.
See, so we shouldn't blame these people for being bad. It's not their fault. They accidentally crossed that threshold of where you just
accidentally
become.
That was no accident. They wanted to reach that threshold. They're like, finally, I'm here at the top of the mountain.
Now I can do whatever I want. I've always wanted.
I'm at the top of the mountain. That's why Dan Schneider was like so confused, because he's like, what? What do you mean I can't do that? You remember how much money I have?
Robert Kraft got away with it last year.
Right.
Why are you guys coming after me now? Craziness. So Trev and my brother and I finally decided what our next audio play is going to be.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Tim's not here to pick, so you get to pick whatever character you want to play right off the bat.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna do Clue, like the board game Clue.
Okay.
Do a whodunit murder mystery.
All right. I don't know any of the characters from Clue. So.
Okay, so the characters we have written so far: Colonel Mustard, Mr. Green, Professor Plum, and Mr. Black.
So what made you guys decide on Clue?
Well, he said he had the idea of doing like a whodunit or something like that. And I was like, well, what better whodunit, murder mystery is there than Clue?
But it seems like it takes away any. If you guys are ever trying to be serious about it, when you have a guy named Colonel Mustard, it take away any sort of seriousness.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a ridiculous.
Oh, it's going to be
yeah. Like I'm pretty sure I could do a good Colonel Mustard voice.
You think you can do a good anybody voice? You think very highly of yourself, Tyler.
That's very true. Oh, Tim's here, so he's in the chat, so Tim can actually choose which Clue character he wants to be. I think I'm going to be Colonel Mustard. Oh, I could do Professor Plum, maybe. Like Colonel Mustard be, I'll talk like this, like over-exaggerating, almost like Sean Connery, but less Scottish. I think Tim could be maybe a Professor Plum. I would like to hear Tim's like weird nerd voice. Tim said dibs on Mustard. But you're not here, so if Vince wants Colonel Mustard, you can have Colonel Mustard.
I don't want Colonel Mustard. Honestly, just assign me one of these. These names are terrible.
Do you want to be Miss Scarlet?
Sure.
Or Mrs. Peacock?
I can be either of those. Hello, Governor.
That's a great Miss Peacock.
Is that Miss
or
Peacock?
Maybe Mrs. White. That'd be good, Mrs. White.
Listen here, honey.
You gotta have a little bit of Southern belle.
Yeah. Mrs. White, because if it ain't white, it ain't right.
Yeah, shit. Sold. You got it.
Gonna pen you in for Mrs. White.
Pen you in for Mrs. White. So yeah, I think we're working on right now. We're working on who killed who and why. And once we figure that out, which is pretty much the whole story, we'll be able to get to writing.
So next year sometime.
Probably.
Early 2022, it doesn't get, or early 2023 if it doesn't get delayed.
Yeah, I mean the last one took us 9 months. So.
And all the delays from that one. You don't really get a lot of room to talk when it comes to delaying stuff.
Yeah, but nobody's lining up to give me money for what I have. I offer people things and nobody pays me for it, except for like 3 patrons. And still, it's not even that much. Not that I'm not grateful for it. I was just saying, like, compared to like a corporate video game company, you know.
What hey, we still got time on this earth, Tyler. Right? We're gonna make it. We're gonna break that glass ceiling.
Damn it! You really missed out on last week because I got real dark about.
Were you?
Because I was like,
I wasn't here to bring it back.
It was weird. Because I said, you know, if you haven't made it by 25 or 26, it's over. Like life's a young man's game. So if you miss your shot, then, and that's what we all are here on this podcast.
I mean, yeah, please. I don't think there's. I mean, the youngest NFL head coach.
Yeah, but he's already in the circles.
Right. Doesn't mean
he was coordinating by when he was our age. We're not coordinators. We're not even like defensive assistant analyst.
I still think you got it in you. You could do something in the NFL. Somebody, one of these teams is missing out on your.
Like my skill as a player, or
oh god no.
Hey, I'm fast. I have the tape. I have the tape.
Oh, you raced a guy smoking a cigarette.
Actively
smoking
3
it.
years ago.
Yeah, actively smoking it. Okay, we'll call you.
Anyway, I would like to hear what more could I do in the NFL?
Like I said, when we were watching that draft, dude, you were on it. You're like, this team needs this, and they would get that guy. And
yeah, I
get that.
I should be a scout.
Scout,
be a scout, lead scout.
Yeah.
Except for then again.
Which then all of a sudden you got your foot in the door, and then boom, 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 boom.
The biasness
head coach by 80.
The biasness would kick in heavy if I were a scout. I mean, did you see that Nebraska player? Like, yeah, his tape looks awful. Oh no, he's great. You got to draft him. You got to draft him.
As much as you shit on Nebraska, I think you would be fine. I think you'd be all right.
Yeah.
I think you'd be too critical of Husker players, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Well, no, what I would be is like, because they're like, all right, our quarterback's getting old. We need a new quarterback. No, I love him. We can't draft anybody else. We can't make him worried. We don't want him to feel nervous about his job. Okay. Yeah. Now maybe I could. That's the more realistic for the NFL. I'll write commercials, or promos or something. So just something ridiculous. Nah, I couldn't make it in the NFL.
Too cutthroat for you, huh?
Yeah. I'm just too nice of a guy to survive in that kind of that environment. It'd be an unnatural fit.
The humble brag. I like it.
I'm just such a great person.
So humble. Yeah. The most humble person I think I've ever known.
I'm so humble.
I don't know that song.
Check out Pop Star.
Pop Star
with Andy Samberg.
Oh, okay.
And he's a pop star.
Yeah, you talk about that movie a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's because you still haven't watched it, so I have to keep talking.
Where am I supposed to watch it, Tyler?
Rent it for $3.
Off what?
Vudu, Amazon. I don't care. Any streaming platform.
FlixPix? Well, maybe not FlixPix because we don't talk about Netflix anymore. So you shit on. I'm just saying, you shit on Prime Video a lot. For I feel like no reason.
I don't really shit on it. I just think there's a lack of quality content.
How much quality? Holy cow! How much content have you actually consumed off of Prime Video?
No,
what have you watched?
They haven't given me enough to watch. They haven't given me anything to watch. I watched The Expanse, like 3 episodes.
I don't even know what that is, but I think they do a very bad job of advertising for their shows. But
because Amazon doesn't have to, they're Amazon, so they just rake in their cash no matter what they do. What are you getting out?
Outer Range.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You've not watched it.
I've not watched
it. And plus it has your boy. Is it I'm terrible at actors' names. Josh Brolin? Is it the guy who played Thanos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's he my boy?
You love that guy.
I don't mind.
You're a huge guy, huge Brolin guy.
Since when?
Since the day I met you.
That's inaccurate.
The first day I met you, you were like, dude, have you heard this guy named Josh Brolin? He's a great actor. You should check him out. Anyways.
My first experience with Josh Brolin was he played George W. Bush in the movie called W.
Really?
That was my first experience with Josh Brolin. So now every time I see Josh, I was like, oh, it's the guy who looks nothing like George W. Bush that really bothered me through the whole movie because he didn't look anything like him.
Cheney, though, on the other hand, was and
I haven't seen that, but that's also
Vice. That's what I meant. Vice.
why am I blanking on his name? Whatever. Christian
Yeah.
Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah. I mean, granted, they used a lot of makeup and prosthetics. And
Was it
stuff.
good?
I liked it. I thought it was
That was by
because
Adam
it was like
McKay, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was by Adam McKay, wasn't it?
I'm the wrong person to ask that, man. You know that.
I know.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Continue.
But anyways, I think you would like Outer Range. Just kind of, it seems like kind of up your alley because it's a little sci-fi, a little
Ooh.
mystery.
Okay. It's
But
on
then
Amazon Prime?
It's
I'll
on
check it
Amazon
out.
Prime. I don't know how many. I don't know if they are doing the thing where they don't release all the episodes at once, like everybody else seems to be doing. But
Let
It's
me
great.
binge.
yeah, so far the first 3 episodes, man, are I thought were very good.
Okay. Outer Range, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
That's your Amazon Prime pick of the week, supporting Jeff Bezos. Just kidding. He sold. Or
Yeah.
He stepped down as CEO.
Right. He
He probably gets some residual checks, I feel like.
I'm sure there's something in there's some loophole that his lawyer's like, oh yeah, you can still make some money off this, but don't worry. Now you don't have to do. You can literally do absolutely nothing.
Nah, I'll go to space instead.
Yeah.
So this is so stupid. I got on Netflix the other day to watch Django Unchained.
Mm-hmm.
Great film, great rewatch.
Amazing. Yep.
But I saw that it wouldn't let me do it because there were 2 other people on my account watching something.
Bastards.
So I called my dad up and I was like, "Get your ass off the Netflix account." And as I'm telling him this, I go, "Oh wait, you're the one who pays for this. I'm mooching off you." I was like,
When
"I'm
the
sorry."
moocher calls
Yep.
and tells you get off. you're
Yeah,
like,
and I was like,
"What?"
"Oh, yeah, I forgot that you were paying for this and not me." So
Enjoy.
I'm gonna hang up now, and you enjoy your show. I'm gonna go look for this movie elsewhere.
Yeah, there's only been a couple times where I've done that, and it said that there's too many people on, and I've actually I've reached out to my mom and was like, hey, I will pay you a portion so that way I never have to worry about
Deal with
that.
this again.
Yeah.
But it's only Netflix. It's only Netflix doing this.
Mm-hmm. Well, because how many people are using Hulu? I guess there's a lot now. Hulu and
But like HBO Max, I've never had any issue with HBO Max.
yeah, and I'm still stealing off my ex's HBO Max, so I just never, nobody said anything. And it's gotta be so funny because I log in. It's like her dad's account,
Oh.
like dad's profile,
Uh-huh.
her profile, and her grandma's profile.
Vince?
And no, I don't.
You should
make
get
them.
on and change this. Get onto the grandma's profile. Just change it to Vince. And just
Well,
have
it's
some crude photo.
I just still think it's funny though because I could just log on to hers. And like I'm watching like DC stuff all the time. She didn't like any of that shit.
It's like here, you recommended for
Yeah.
you, Batman the animated series. And
right
she's
next
like,
to
"What?"
Sex in the City and like murder mysteries, then more superhero shit.
Does that mean she still loves you?
What? Murder
Like you-
mysteries?
No, like does your ex-girlfriend still love you if she's letting you use her HBO?
No, she's just so afraid of conflict that I don't think she'll ever say anything.
We're taking personal shots now.
I don't know how else I'm supposed to say.
It's like a quote from 7 Days in Hell. He said, "It was very obvious that what he was doing was wrong, but in England it's rude to point things out."
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't had that problem with HBO Max either, and I don't even know I don't even talk to the people that pay for that.
Vince, please change one of the profiles to just Vince.
No, because then I'd have to get HBO Max myself.
That's true. Yeah, you can't blow your cover or your faux cover.
Right, exactly. They have no idea.
What else?
And they don't listen to this, so it's like,
What if she misses you, so she'll sometimes tune into the podcast just to hear your voice?
not a chance. Not a chance.
Don't say that. Don't sell yourself short. There's a chance. There's a slight chance it's possible.
I don't think so, man.
Probably not. And what else are you mooching off your ex-girlfriend?
That's it.
Like, she still pays for my phone.
Okay. That's weird. Like, so, I mean, a lot of, or at least from what I heard, a lot of people, whether, man, woman, or whatever, when you break up with when there's a breakup, usually you get rid of all the stuff they got you, all the gifts and everything. I've never done that.
You don't burn it.
No. I mean, otherwise I'd be burning a Peyton Manning jersey. I ain't doing that.
Your ex-girlfriend got you that?
Yeah. What else? Like I have like several, just like shirts, like nice shirts, dress shirts.
Yeah. Why
Not throwing that
why
away.
add sentimental value? This is
Yeah.
nice stuff. I'm not going to get rid of
You're
it.
right. I was like, I don't feel anything when I wear it. I feel nothing.
except for slightly comfortable.
Yeah.
Kind of warm and fuzzy and
That's when I wear the Manning jersey.
sad and
That-
lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, I never understood that. But I'm also a very just a logical thinker. Like when it comes to like just material things, I don't put a lot of emotional value on it.
Tim says you're literally haunting your ex via HBO Max.
She never watched it that often when we were together. I don't know if she like hops on a lot now, but she never watched it a lot. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like she probably
wonder
hasn't
how-
even
I wonder-
noticed.
I wonder how that works with divorces. Like if you step it up, so breakups are kind of bad. You can still kind of use them.
They have to,
What if you get divorced though? Like then who? I mean, is that part of like the when you get divorced when you sign the papers? Is like okay,
well, they
she
usually,
gets HBO Max and I get Netflix or something like that.
I
Is
wish
that
Tim
part
was
of
here.
it?
What do they call it? Because I thought they had a thing where usually you get together and like you and your lawyer
You
talks
duke
to
it out.
them and their lawyer, and they talk about like what you're like splitting, giving up.
I hope Robin tries to divorce me sometime because I'll just be so petty. Be so petty.
You keep all the kids.
Yeah.
I will take all of the the subscription services.
I want half of your shirts. Why?
I think I look pretty in
Because
them.
I think I deserve.
Oh.
I deserve.
I think I look pretty in them.
And I decided I want to explore who I am as a person. So you're gonna have to give me those shirts.
It's fine. I hope she divorces me.
Just so I can be petty about something. Sounds actually divorce sounds like such hard work. I don't think I'd ever want to do it. Like, let's just be miserable. If like,
I'd rather be miserable
Let's just be
than-
miserable instead of dealing with all this shit.
Then even the prospect of being happy in a couple months, like
Yeah.
no, not a chance.
Not worth it. It's not worth going through all that effort.
It couldn't be a couple months if you're married to somebody, especially for as long as you guys have been together. It'd be
We only been married like 8 years.
right, but together for how long?
Fuck, I don't know.
Exactly. That's when you have to count in your head. That's way too long. It's gonna be years before
oh my
you're
gosh,
over that.
10 years.
Yeah, it'll be years before.
I've been very emotionally vacant these last 10 years, so it's not a big deal. I'd go
these
quick.
10 years, the entirety of our relationship. I've been
The
very
entirety of the 10 years, I've been very emotionally vacant, so it's whatever. It's not a problem. She'd be really upset. Like, it would tear her apart.
I think she'd kill you.
Yeah, probably.
It's like shit. I didn't think that.
Tim says mediation.
Mediation. That's
Thank
the one,
you.
Tim. Thank you. Appreciate you.
So, well, hold on. Let's take a moment here. What the hell is Tim doing? He's sitting at a graduation party that is so important to go to because graduation's so hard, and now he's just sitting in the corner on his little phone, ignoring everybody.
Not even
watching
doesn't even
YouTube.
have headphones in. Just volumes
Super
all the way
loud.
up.
Hey, Tim's cousin. Graduating is not that special.
That's the easiest thing you'll ever fucking do.
Ever do in your entire life.
It gets much harder as you get older.
And much harder, much worse. But congrats, though. I'm happy for you. I
Maybe
guess.
that's why we do it. It's just like one last chance for them to feel good. You know, like this is your last chance to feel.
This
like
is
you-
your last chance that anybody's ever going to compliment you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So just take it. And
Yeah. So maybe you know what, Tyler, I'm gonna take Tim's side. You know what?
Okay,
It's
fair enough.
important that we keep having these things, and because these kids, they don't know what the fuck's happening once they've done this.
They
Let 'em-
don't know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
And
let-
they never got a fair chance. Nobody ever tells them. High school doesn't prep you for what's happening.
I think you need to sit down with your daughters and have a long talk about, hey, enjoy it while it lasts. I think my mom said that a few times actually. She's like, this will be the best time of your life.
Live in the moment.
Yeah. I took that to heart. I really tried to have as much fun in high school as I possibly
That's why you're
could,
so
man.
miserable now, because you wasted all your. your
But I
effort.
knew, I went into it. I mentally knew that I was going to be in this position where I would just hate life and hate work, hate money.
I had a vision into my future, knowing my job, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna be miserable." The craziest thing happened, and this is terrible, and I apologize to anybody if I offend anybody. But in high school, there was like one of those like military grade like personality tests where you take a test and it tells you like careers that you'd be
Oh, yeah, I remember
well
that.
suited for. So I did one,
I remember that.
and it's like, oh, you could one thing you'd be good at is a delivery driver. I'm like, I'm not gonna be a worthless fucking delivery driver and waste my life. And then like I'm here, I'm like, oh, dude, the test was right. High school me would very look down upon my future self. It's like you asshole, you actually are a delivery driver. Out of all things you could have been,
Then you look, the money's pretty good.
money's pretty good.
The money's pretty good. It supports me and my family, man.
And he's like, you make me sick.
Sick. could have been a musician.
He's like, I have dreams
A
and
writer.
hopes and goals, and you're just gonna be a delivery man and ruin it for us. That'd be a good little audio skit too of past self confronting his future self,
I think it's been done too much.
but not out of my brain.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so unique now.
I'll have that special spin on it that nobody else can do.
Nobody. It's like that Hannibal Buress bit. It's like, can all these rappers stop talking about making money? You don't have a unique take on it. I've heard every single instance of making money. From I didn't have money, now I got money. I did have money, now I got money. I got more money than you. So I think it's one of those situations. You really gotta
let me believe.
Okay.
Let me hope.
Tell you what, you do it, and then you let me read it first.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be.
Well, I try,
brutal.
but you don't read anything I write.
What are you talking about?
Have you read my book?
No, but that's because, like you and the games that I keep recommending to you, I have this huge backlog.
If you made a game, I'd play it immediately.
Okay, that's different than just writing some short stories. An entire game, Tyler,
I had an entire book.
that you've been writing for the last 20 years.
Year.
Most of those stories were from just the last year.
2021.
They're all
yep.
fresh.
I wrote one in 2019.
So none of those stories that you would send me on Google Docs or whatever.
I sent you one story on Google Docs,
I
and that was
definitely-
in 2021 after I finished that story.
Could have swore I at least read two.
No.
Okay.
Probably
Your
not.
memory is much better than mine,
That's
so
true,
I
yeah.
will. I'll take you at your word.
I love arguing with you. I just say something strong. I'm like, yeah. You're probably right.
That sounds
Everybody sucks. Got any other news?
No, dude, I've been dead to the world for the last
So unprepared.
almost 2 weeks now.
Unbelievable. At least you're here, though, unlike Tim.
Yeah. See, Tim. Maybe I wasn't here last week, but
Here we go.
we don't talk about that.
Apple has discontinued the iPod.
No,
20 years after it was released.
I can't believe it. Apparently, some of those iPods are going for like a shit ton on eBay and
Yeah,
stuff.
I should have thrown away my iPod Nano or whatever. That's crazy. And I've never understood. I don't want this to turn into Apple bashing again because we do that far too often. But I've never understood. Like people are like,
As he looks into his MacBook.
everybody's like, I got my new iPhone. I got my new iPod. And it's like, it's the same thing.
It's the same
Just one
thing.
of them you could talk into, but it's literally
Which you could talk into the old iPods too. They had apps that you could use.
It's
just talk to
crazy.
people.
The Apple's figured it out somehow,
Yeah, I don't get it.
where they can do the same thing over and over again for like 20 years,
Yeah,
and
and
everybody's
I
like, take my money.
My thing was like the iPods. I honestly thought were actually amazing. Like those were innovative, way better than Zunes.
Way better than Zune.
So much better than Zunes.
There's a reason Zune died years ago.
Yeah, definitely not from the brainwashing Apple has done to people, but no. Jokes aside, I thought that the iPods were really cool, and then they actually like, every year they tried to outdo themselves.
Tim's gone. We're just yelling at him.
Yeah, no, yelling into the void again.
Yeah, he actually did have his family was around him when we were screaming like "fuck you, kid," and he's like, "Oh, I better get off now."
Whoops. Sorry. But yeah, no, the iPod was like the last. I feel like the last thing that Apple really did that was like unique,
And now it's gone.
and they would change it like year to year. Granted, the iPod touches I think kind of fell victim to that. But what are you gonna when touchscreen technology came out? Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
That's why it's finally been discontinued.
right. Yeah.
But well, that was the first and last time we'll probably ever hear Vince say like, "I like what Apple did there."
Yeah, it was cool.
What was your favorite? I like that. I kind of like
I
the
literally-
iPod Nano. I like
That
sleekness.
was the only one that I ever had was the iPod Nano. So
I
I'm
had a
a little
Shuffle.
biased.
I had a Shuffle and I had an old brick I bought from somebody for like $40.
I did ask, I think, for like an iPod Touch for like a birthday or Christmas one time, but there was
Wild times that we like had to seek that out as gifts to
Yeah.
have. Now it's just everybody literally has it.
right. Yep. Like you literally have to have one now.
Like this function.
Right. Well, and like most jobs, like I mean, if you don't have a phone,
Can't even
Right.
apply.
yeah, right, exactly. So, but yeah, these are wild times. Man.
We're one step away from merging artificial intelligence in our own brains. We're virtually cyborgs already.
I mean, I got the hardware in there.
That's true.
Just need to add some circuitry to it.
Some weaponry.
I could punch through steel. Oh, you don't think I could?
I don't think you could, no.
I'll punch right through this wall right now, Tyler.
Please don't. It's such a headache for me.
I also, so Tyler, I need some help. I really want to finally follow through and like start working on this tattoo idea that I've had.
Okay.
But I don't know what the first step is even. Do I just need to find an artist that I like and just set up a consultation?
Yep.
Okay.
Tell them what you want, let them be the artist, and then have them put it on your body. That's the hard thing about tattoos is because it's just like, I want all these tattoos, but it's like, well, I'm not an artist, so I don't really know how I'm going to do that. And then 5 years pass by, and you still don't have any tattoos, so.
Yeah. Because that's my problem is like, I wish I could I want to be covered head to toe, dude.
Same here.
Like face tattoos, I love them.
See, I wouldn't do face.
I would love them. I think they're so cool.
Neck? I don't think so. I don't think I'd do the neck.
When ladies have them.
Neck tattoos or just?
Yeah.
You just like ladies with tattoos?
Yeah, but neck tattoos even. There's just one. It's so weird because I don't think I would have found her attractive if it wasn't for
the tattoos.
The tattoo, and she's a country singer, and she has like a face tattoo.
Oh.
Even. It was weird.
Way out of her element.
Yeah, but right, way out of my league, that's for sure. But I was just like, when I first saw her, I was like, oh, man, she's okay. And then she started singing. I was like, oh. And then like she turned to the other side, saw her face. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
I'm in love.
Something's happening.
I feel funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what tattoo are you gonna get?
Like I think I've told you about that.
The Pokemon?
The sleeve, dude.
Of what was it, Gyarados or something?
Be Gyarados, kind of like on the shoulder over
okay.
onto like the chest.
Okay.
Chesticle, and then down like I want it to be like kind of look like a. Maybe this is cultural appropriation. I don't know, but like it'd be like
the
Japanese style koi fish kind of idea, but instead of real koi fish, they're Pokemon, realistic looking.
Magikarp.
Exactly. I think that'd be cool. It'd be probably like Goldeen and Sea King.
Oh yeah, so you got the Gyarados and then get the Sea King on the inside of. Ooh, that'd be slick.
And like Goldeen on like the bag one side.
Yeah, do research and find like tattoo artists who like to do anime stuff or like are into that kind of thing, and then just set up a consultation. They'll draw it up for you.
Cause I looked at my bank account today and I was like, holy shit, I have so much money.
I'm rich.
I'm so rich right now, and I don't know what to do with myself.
I'm not.
And
I
I
shouldn't have this much money.
I know. And then I just sit at home and I just don't do anything. And
will you buy me a tattoo too? We'll get them together.
Hey, I've been wanting to get a bro tattoo for a while. Nobody wants to get it with
What's
me.
a bro tattoo?
Huh?
What's a
It's
bro?
like matching tattoos with your bro.
I'll get a matching tattoo.
But do you
I'll
want
tattoo anything on my body.
anything?
Anything.
Because I know exactly what I want to get with a friend.
I was actually
and
gonna
every single one of my friends has turned me down.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
So it's
You've seen some of the tattoos I have. You know that I am.
and this one I think is gonna push your limits.
Oh, okay.
So it's two guys and they're like clasping hands like this, right? Like, and it says bro underneath, but also right below that, their penises are doing the same thing. Doing this. And they're usually
That's such a big tattoo.
It's not that. It was like every time I've seen it, it's always like that big. Maybe.
Oh, you didn't come up with the idea?
No, I've not. But I've seen it on like I saw it on like Reddit or something like that once, and I was like, and people have used it and gone a lot of different directions with it. Like they've done like little caricatures of themselves, or they just have like goofy looking like not stick figure, but just like goofy looking cartoon guys on there.
I think I would do that. Like on my thigh.
Oh, that's what I was expecting to get it too. Right here. Right next to my balls. I would get it right next to my balls.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like I'm pretty like I would probably for that one I'd probably have to check with my wife. Like I'm pretty loosey goosey.
I'm getting turned down again.
Like
I'm getting turned down again.
Once again, you've seen some of the tattoos I have.
Yeah.
And I just kind of throw it to the wind and
your wife loves you
whatever.
no matter what. Right?
Penis is clasping though on my I don't know, man.
I'll never forget my buddy.
If you pay for it, I'll consider it.
Oh, dude, I'd pay for it. My buddy Colton, I remember because we were in Colorado, we were in Estes Park, and we passed a tattoo shop. He's like, "Man, who wants to get a tattoo?" I was like, "I do. I want to get a tattoo." He's like, "Oh, what do you want to get?" I was like, "I want to get the bro tattoo with their hands and penis clasped in a bro embrace." He's like, and he immediately changed the subject. I was like, "Oh, so we're not getting tattoos."
Well,
I'd be happy to have that be my first tattoo.
Oh, that's right. You aren't
Yeah.
into it. Neither is Tim.
I know.
I'm the most
Me and
dangerous
Tim
one
will
here.
do it. Apparently not. Have to ask your wife for permission. It's your body, your choice. Except that guy.
That's a good argument.
Well, except for that's going out the window now. So.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like,
Okay, so here's my tattoo I was gonna get. Means nothing. I just like the
You just
I
like
like
the
the
art?
dude's face. Yeah.
damn it. I like when tattoos have meaning. Like your smiley face has a meaning. I don't care what
Hey,
you
we
say.
didn't have to say it on air.
Oh, I didn't know it was a secret.
I don't know.
I thought you were proud of it.
Yeah. I don't really go around announcing it though.
I'm pretty sure that was like not one of the first things, but once we got comfortable with one another, you're like, hey, you want to see this tattoo I got?
Well, no, I had to one up you on to somebody else. 'Cause
Oh.
it was on. Do you remember that? It was with
No.
a guy. It was with a guy named.
Do
Jo-
I remember it?
It was with a guy named Josh at Jiffy Lube,
Uh-huh.
and like he couldn't believe.
Shout out Josh.
He couldn't believe.
We miss you.
He couldn't believe.
I don't even know who that is.
He couldn't believe what you had sent him. It was just so ridiculous and
Oh,
funny and
okay.
like raunchy. I was like, I can one up that. Like I can do better. And so I sent him a picture of it, and he's like, "Yep, you did." I was like, "Yes, I beat Vince." So that's how you found out about it.
Interesting.
I'm so
And I
competitive.
didn't one up that because that's pretty easy to one up.
But this was funny though.
I have a pretty funny one from the trip.
Yeah,
My bachelor
I
trip.
bet. That's what we were waiting for. We're waiting for Vince's Snapchats
I
from
didn't
his
send.
bachelor
I
party.
didn't send any, but my friends took some really good ones.
I can't-
and I hope-
Wait for Tim because Tim, he's like closeted, like really
Yeah.
excited about it. He keeps talking about those pictures and was really upset last week that he hadn't received any yet.
That's the thing, man. Like, I'd be so good at things like TikTok and like I've made some banger Snapchats, and I know I could be really good at it if I've actually just like put in the effort to do it. I just like every time I'm out doing stuff, I'm like really in the moment, you know?
Yeah,
Like
same
I'm
here, yeah.
I'm there.
That's
I'm
why
present.
we're so old. Like we can't be good at social media.
We're old souls too. Like, despite the fact that I love technology. I do. I really love it. But
But there's
hate-
something about being like when you're at a concert.
yeah.
I'm looking at the concert here, not through the.
When I'm
lens
out
of
in
my phone.
nature, I want to just enjoy this.
I always take it when I'm hiking. I always take at least one selfie.
Really,
One
Yeah.
selfie and one beer pic for your victory of conquering the.
it's true.
The
I had
earth.
I had my one beer selfie with the buffalo. That's about all I had.
I've never seen that, but that's a pretty cool selfie.
Yeah.
So
He-
yeah,
Which I didn't approach the buffalo. I just want everybody to know I didn't approach the buffalo.
There was
I
also
was on a bench, and the buffalo just kind of kept grazing our way. And I was
this
just
is
like,
this is a
"That's kinda
true
cool."
story. When I was a little kid, we went to South Dakota, and there was some like nature drive-through thing, and there was a bunch of buffalo.
American
Obviously-
bison.
and this was like 1997.
Oh wow.
So everybody
You were
was
you were real little.
real little, but I remember it clear as day because it was so
Mhm.
crazy. Everybody pulled over and had their big cameras taking photos, and so I think there were some people with
Oh,
big
yeah.
video cameras, and this one guy was taking pictures. He got real close to the buffalo, had the flash on, took a pic. Buffalo started chasing him. The dude ran up the tree to hide from this buffalo. We're all watching like this guy about to get died. Buffalo stops at the
cow.
tree, turns around, and just starts shitting at the base of the tree as the guy was hiding up there. And then we drove away. I never know. I'm sure he got down safely. I have no idea. Might not have been.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. He's probably still in that tree to this day.
He was in the paper the next day.
But yeah, no, Vince, I'm like a real live in the moment guy. You know, remember a few concerts ago, I went with my wife. She had videotaped a bunch of it, which like I was kind of thankful for, but I was also like, I'm not pulling my phone out. Like
Yeah.
I'm literally watching.
I'm glad
the show.
somebody else was here to,
I'm
to
watching
record this
to
moment
document
for me.
to document my singing over the sound of the speakers. But yeah, it's
I'm just bad at it.
yeah.
And I want to. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to, and I don't think less of people who do. But I just
see, I
don't. Okay.
I think less of a lot of people for a lot of different things.
Do you think less of them, or think that you're just better than them, or is it a little
That's
both?
true. That's true. No, I don't actually think less of people.
Yeah.
I just think more of myself.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's
I'm not a
That's
total.
a-
I'm not a total asshole.
yeah. That'd be that. I can't tell which is the worst way to say it.
I just look at people and shake my head, and I'm just like,
So much
I'm so intelligent.
I'm so much better
I'm
than
so good. You're a loser. I'm just kidding. I never insult. I just build myself up.
you. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Even higher and higher.
Oh, it's funny.
Well, do you want to go home?
I do. I haven't even like unpacked from my my bachelor party trip, and then I immediately had to turn around and go back to Missouri for work, and so I have no clean clothes. I still have dishes in the dirty dishes.
You should
in
have
the
brought some
sink.
clothes over. Robin could have done some laundry for you while we did this.
Couldn't do that to her.
Yeah.
Should deal with your dirty drawers every day.
That's true. I haven't done laundry. How long did I say we were together?
10 years.
I haven't done laundry in about 10 years. People are going to be mad at me for that. Listen, it's her chore, not mine. It has nothing to do with the gender.
What chores do you have?
I don't know. I help out with the kids sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think I dusted once.
Did you get it on top of the
I did.
ceiling
That was the one chore. I dusted the fans because I asked her to do it, and she never did.
fans? She did it.
So I
She
just
didn't.
So I just had to do it myself. I forgot about that. I might have to talk. Have a talk with her about that later.
It's great.
I could have hurt myself climbing on a chair to reach the fan, the ceiling fan.
Rather her risk her life.
Yeah. She's already done it with all her kids. I've done
man.
so little. All right. Well, that's the podcast. Thanks, everyone. Love you. Appreciate you. Goodbye.
Bye. Squeeze.
I also said squish last week.
Did
to
you?
finish off the podcast? Just
But
in
you didn't.
honor of you.
But you didn't.
Oh, no, I did.
Oh, you did. I thought you
did.
said it almost.
No. With you being gone, I did say squish to honor your memory.
Thank you. Did you say squish?
I don't remember. No, I think I did a little squish.
Okay.
I said it. Yeah, it was a little more flamboyant than you say it, but
Little GTOT here, guys. Anyways.
goodbye.
Bye.